This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that far. Scottie Pippen is a degenerate. If you guys want to understand the definition of a degenerate, look in the background. I want you guys to see the definition of degenerate. That's what Scottie Pippen is at his truest and his most properest levels. He went from top 10 to not even diction at all. Scottie Pippen has fell the fuck off. Scottie Pippen is a guy who is clearly gone through senior citizen crisis. Can't say midlife crisis because he's well over a decade past that, so I have to say closer to senior citizen. And there's no such thing about your 50s, like 60s, so we gotta say senior fucking citizen. Scottie Pippen is trying to still figure who he is right now. It's a day late and a dollar short, man. You're too fucking late right now. Scottie Pippen has the audacity, the unmitigated gall, and the nerve to say that his style of play is better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now I understand why my brother Big Dave rocked with Scottie Pippen, dog. Because this man was a Pippen fan. Yeah, I'm going to get on his ass too. Then he transversed over to a LeBron fan. See, this is what I'm noticing. Either guys that used to be Scottie Pippen fans, they transverse immediately to LeBron. Or guys that are LeBron fans, they always represent Scottie Pippen over Michael Jordan. Y'all see what's going on here? Let me say that again, because that one needs to stick in the medulla oblongata. It needs to stick in the cerebellum. It needs to stick in your corpus callosum. Guys that used to root for Scottie Pippen root for LeBron James now. And guys that root for LeBron James because they were too young, Scottie Pippen's time went and passed, they root for Scottie Pippen over Michael Jordan. You want to know why? Because the supposed right play motherfuckers always have to stick together. You have to understand there's a delineation, there's a distinction, there's a gulf, and there's a separation. The majority of people on the planet are beta. So betas are always going to congregate in what's called beta male congregation. They're always going to prescribe to what's called beta male theology. And they're always going to do what's called beta male behavior. Let me say it again. Beta males are always going to get together in what's called beta male congregation. Beta males are always going to prescribe to what's called beta male theology. And beta males are always going to do what's called, by their action, beta male behavior. The reason why is because they can't help it. They're beta. That means they're inferior. They're subservient. They are weaker fucking vessels. They're not alpha. Alpha is very small. It's minute. It's a remnant. It's a small group. That's what makes alpha special. There's not as many alphas as there are betas. This is why being an alpha male makes you controversial. Because beta males can't handle the fact that alpha males are superior to them in every facet imaginable. Michael Jordan is superior to Scottie Pippen in every facet imaginable. Michael Jordan is the reason why Scottie Pippen is a NBA 50 greatest player of all time, because we're talking about a delineation, a distinction, a gulf, and a separation between the terminologies, the vernaculars of alpha versus beta. Batman versus Robin. Batman was alpha through and through. Batman was beta through and through. That's why they created the Robin persona. Go listen to the creators of Batman. Go talk to Bob Kane. Go talk to them. They'll tell you. We needed to give Batman a sidekick. You know what the fucking sidekick means? Beta. A servant. Someone to serve the alpha. Someone to serve the leader. Someone to serve the person who is going to steer the ship. That's what Michael Jordan was for the Chicago Bulls, the steerer of the ship. There was no way that Scottie Pippen was ever in any position to steer the damn ship. Just accept your role. You were the greatest Robin ever. Hoop-de fucking do. Nobody's stunting your crocodile tears, Robin. Scottie Pippen has not only overblown his truest and his most properest levels as far as his NBA ranking where he truly belongs, he's making himself a laughingstock. He's constantly tarnishing his legacy, and he's making himself look weaker and weaker out here in these basketball streets. All for what? To sell books? All for what? For temporal fame? See, there's a difference between temporal and long-lasting. Scottie Pippen is a temporal-minded person. This is why he left the league 5 to 7 years removed from the league, and Scottie Pippen was broke as fuck. This This is why Scottie Pippen has found himself in precarious situation after precarious situation after precarious situation after precarious situation. Every investment he's made has not been hellified. Jordan had his entourage and he was right here. Scottie Pippen has his entourage and he was right there. Dennis Rodman had his entourage and he was over there. When we look at Dennis Rodman don't have the same problems that Scottie Pippen has. Clearly, Dennis Rodman was hanging around people that made more sense than Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was hanging around bullshit and fuck shit artists. So Scottie Pippen can't be mad at nobody. A guy that has commanded over $120 million in his career. He's made more than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan walked away with $96 million in his career. Scottie Pippen made $120 million. Where the fuck did that money go? And then you got Larsa Pippen bragging about Scottie Pippen making $120 million. You want to know why she was bragging? Because she spit all that shit. It's her things that make you say, It's her things that make you say, Go look at her plastic face. Go look at all of the Botox. Go look at all of the redoing of her fucking body and the artificialness thereof to keep herself supposedly artificially youthful. This is what she's done. So don't sit here and try to tell me about no damn Scottie Pippen is superior to Michael Jordan when everything about Scottie Pippen outside the basketball court and on the basketball court tells us otherwise. It tells us of inferiority. It tells us of Robin. You remember the song? Batman. But you gotta remember it follows thereof and behind with Robin. See, Robin don't get the Batman. Only Batman gets that. Batman gets the song. Robin just gets namesake. You see the delineation, you see the distinction, you see the gulf, and you see the separation. Scottie Pippen is a walking fucking joke. Scottie Pippen is a laughing stock. Scottie Pippen is everything that you should not prescribe yourself to be. But LeBron Tards, LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologists, and LBJ Stats, they're going to jump all over this shit because LeBron James has Scottie Pippen on his payroll. This is LeBron's work. Scottie Pippen's not smart enough to do shit like this. He's not smart enough to pull this off. He's a drunkard. He's too busy dealing with the ramifications and the hungoverness of the fact that Future and Michael Beasley are constantly banging out Larsa Pippen. He doesn't even know how to handle that. And he's making himself look more beta every day by him staying in that fucking marriage. That's an embarrassment. You're fucking Scottie Pippen. She's Larsa fucking Pippen. Why the fuck are you still staying there? And don't hand me this bullshit about, oh, they got kids together. Fuck all that. Your kids are grown. And your kids are going to understand that, hey, shit like this happens. At the end of the day, our father's going to take care of us. That's all that matters. But we have to be mindful of his happiness. We have to be mindful of the fact that he's getting constantly embarrassed. He's getting constantly chided. See, y'all not thinking about that. What she's doing is not helping the public image of their family. And Scottie Pippen deserves that. The more he stays in this shit, the more beta this motherfucker's proven to you he is. So don't try to sit here and compare Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has put Yvette Pietro on a prenup. $4 million a year. And you got to give me at least 10. And then after 10, I might do a kicker to 6. That means she would never touch the money this man's making because Michael Jordan is worth billions and billions. Michael Jordan made $10 million just sitting his ass down on The Last Dance. Basically, he's handing her her 2-year severance and a fucking half off of a Last Dance. So there's no way she's going to touch this man on any level to where it's going to affect him in any precarious situation. That's how you fucking do it. That's a drop in the fucking bucket. That's like a $700 child support for somebody like me. Maybe even more. When it's all said and done, that's what Michael Jordan has put himself in. You see the difference between him and fucking Scottie Pippen? You see how Michael Jordan has put himself in prime fucking position? That's the difference. So don't sit here and try to tell me that Scottie Pippen is better than Michael Jordan on any fucking level. Better teammate. Scottie Pippen don't even know teammate if teammate hit him in the fucking head. Go listen to his high school coaches. Go listen to his college coaches. Scottie Pippen wasn't a standout basketball player like that. Scottie Pippen made it to the league because he had height and he had defense. Jordan made it because Jordan would stand out. Yeah, Jordan got overlooked in high school, but what happened when his motherfucking ass got to college? He had that game-winning shot in the 1982 National Championship games for who? University of North Carolina. He usurped James Worthy immediately as the best basketball player. And Dean Smith and all these guys already knew this guy right here is a star in the making. So we're going to sit here and compare Michael Jordan, the NBA GOAT, to Scottie fucking Pippen. This is what we become to. The reason why they're doing this is because Scottie Pippen is LeBron James before LeBron James was LeBron James. LeBron James is a poor man Scottie Pippen before Scottie Pippen was Scottie Pippen. That's just the way it rolls. This is why these attacks are happening. They're trying to hit up MJ's GOAT status. But I love at the Hornets game when that announcer said, and now, the GOAT, the undisputed GOAT, the NBA GOAT. That drove a lot of LaFraud fans hard. That made them mad. LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologies. How dare you call this man the undisputed GOAT? He is the undisputed GOAT. 6 for 6. Never let that thing go to 7. 100% absolution and resolution. How can you argue that? He checks off every balances. He checks off every markers. He checks off every standard of approval for you to sit there and justify and qualify NBA GOAT material. When it's all said and done, this thing right here has completely ruined Scottie Pippen's relationship with Michael Jordan. There's no getting back from this shit. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the Hicks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the Hicks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out. Go ahead, He Knows.